If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
It's a wild morning with Piscopo in the morning. Great to have you with us. 9:51 right now. I'm very, very honored to have Hunter Pollack on the program this morning. I'm friends with his dad, Andy Pollack. You know Andrew Pollack, and thanks to my friend Paul Goldenberg for putting us all together. And Hunter Pollack is the brother of Meadow, who was killed in a school shooting in Parkland and Broward County. These are things that go away if we don't stay on them and we don't drive it home. About school violence, about school safety, it just goes away. This young man sitting next to me right now, this handsome young man who lost his sister and following in the steps of his great father, Andrew Pollack, is fighting the fight so we don't forget. Hunter, welcome to the show, man. God bless
Joe,
you.
how are you? Thanks
It's great to have you here, man.
It's great to be in New York City.
You are a courageous young man.
Thank you so much.
You got the fight going. Tell us where you are in school safety. What are you feeling? And all the ridiculous politics, because it goes away. Look where we are now. Oh, separation of families, and they forget all about Parkland. You're not letting this go away, and I love you for that,
We're not.
man.
So we started a nonprofit, Americans for Class. So we have a website, americansforclass.org. And right now what we're doing is we're just pushing to set the example in Broward County. We have a very corrupt school board, and right now it's good versus evil. We're running candidates in all districts, and we're just outside campaigning, making sure that we can vote the evil out.
You're going in, your father's going in on the local level, because he took care of it on the state level. They passed a nice bill right there, right?
Yes, the Senate Bill 7026, which is a big school safety bill, and it's going to be a big change. We're just making sure that counties are proactive over the summer and getting it done.
Yeah. You know, when I'm with your dad on the show, and I hesitate to even go here, but I do this just to drive it home, how people shouldn't forget. Could you walk us through when you heard about Meadow and your feelings as her brother? And I know it's tough for you, and I apologize for even asking.
It's okay, Joe. So February 13th was the night before. I was studying for my first math test, and I was actually in the library. Me and my sister were going back and forth. We were texting about if I would do good or not, whatever. So the next day, class started 1:45. I finished my test about 2:15. Luckily, I didn't know the news yet. Then I walked to my next class at 2:20, and then around 2:35, I found out there was a shooting at my former high school. So I had texted my sister, "Is everything okay?" But I never heard from her again. So eventually, later in the night, I drove home around 9 p.m. I had about a 6-hour drive home from college. It was a brutal drive, a lot of emotions, but we pushed through it, and we got home, and we got through the night.
When did you get the word? How soon after before Meadow was killed that you got the word?
They told us officially at 2:30, but I had an idea about 6 or 7 p.m. when she hadn't answered, and she wasn't at all the areas where the police said the children may be.
You got into some political uproar when you said it's not the guns. You went out and you said it's not the guns, and you were going to speak at that big Parkland rally in Washington, D.C. Did they not let you speak, Hunter?
They did not let me speak at the march, and I said, these kids are they're playing agenda. They're being pushed to play the let's ban the gun agenda. And when a kid who's lost his sister at the school wasn't allowed to speak, I said, they don't care about the families. They don't care about the people that are dead. They care about getting guns banned, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's not the case. It's school safety is the case. And you and your dad, in a meticulous way, in a courageous way, have laid it out in such a easy-to-understand fashion. Why is this a hard sell?
Well, there was one school shooting, and then we should have fixed it. There was Columbine, Sandy Hook, Red Lake. They just keep letting them happen. Now it's time to change. In our family, we use #FixIt because we're going to fix it. It happened in Santa Fe. Our hearts were broken. My dad went to Santa Fe. We're going to go to Santa Fe again. We're going to help the families all that we can, and we're just going to keep pushing. This is a big summer for everyone to be proactive and making schools safe. And
you're making it in a common sense way, and you're not making it political. What's the name of the organization again where we can find it online?
So you could look at americansforclass.org, americansforclass.org. It's my father's nonprofit. He has an 8-point plan, and he has T-shirts that say #FixIt.
And, they said it's just one entry into the school, which, my kid's high school does that now.
Yes.
I think I'm feeling for you and your dad. When your dad was at the White House and he stood up and I saw you right by his side. God bless you. God bless you for what you're doing. Family is so important. You got Long Island roots. You know that now. When you say you're from Florida, you got to tell me you're originally from New York.
Originally from New York.
There you go, man. But you were so really courageous the way you addressed it with the president right there.
Yes.
And your dad. How proud of you were your pop when he went out?
I was proud of
He
him.
went off, man.
I never saw that side of him.
Oh, really? He was he just generally a quiet guy? Because
he's always been straight to the point.
Yeah.
But when the president's in the room, you don't expect that.
And I could see the pride in your eyes when you looked to your pop when he talked about that.
Yes.
And you just had lost Meadow, just weeks earlier. My goodness gracious. And part of this plan, and you can go online to find it out, is just one entrance, one exit.
Yes.
Doesn't that seem simple enough? You're taking that to Santa Fe and other schools, yes?
Yes. Well, we want to do that across the whole state. It doesn't exactly have to be single point entry. Limit the entry points, 1 or 2 entry points with metal detectors, and we want armed guards in the school.
Yeah.
So a bill we passed was the Senate Bill 7026.
Yeah.
We got the program named after the fallen coach Aaron Feist, where the security monitors go through 132 hours of training, active shooting simulations, and they could carry a gun on this campus.
So and before we let you go, and thank you, I don't want to make this political, but it must make you crazy, man. When you lost your sister, and they make this a political witch hunt for anybody trying to defend themselves with a weapon.
Well, we need to drain the swamp. That's what Trump said. You see,
look at you.
They're slow. Politicians move too slow, and it's time we do the work. We make this faster, because lifetime politicians, they're just the worst.
You're a very brave young man. God bless you, Hunter. Godspeed.
Thank you, Joe.
Thinking about your sister, Meadow. Give your daddy my best. Would you do that?
Yes, I will.
Thanks for taking the
Send
time
his
to come in.
best wish.
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you
And
for
we'll be
having me.
following you, Hunter. You keep the fight, my friend.
Thank you.
But there's a great, great American right there. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. And remembering Meadow Pollack.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.